At this very moment, something beyond imagination is happening at the boundary of our solar system. The interstellar object called 3I Antares, a traveler from beyond our stars, has accomplished something that no natural object should be capable of. It distorted space-time, not just metaphorically, not merely as a poetic expression. NASA's instruments have captured an actual gravitational distortion in its vicinity, a quantifiable warping of space itself. If this is indeed accurate, everything we believed we understood about gravity, mass, and interstellar travel may be transformed forever. Before we delve into this remarkable discovery, please remember to hit the like button, subscribe, and share your country in the comments. I love learning where in the world you are tuning in from. Because tonight, we all share this incredible moment, a moment when humanity gazed into the abyss and witnessed the universe bend. The narrative starts quietly, as is the case with all major discoveries. A few months ago, astronomers utilizing the Subaru telescope in Hawaii were monitoring the path of 3I Atlas, which is the third confirmed interstellar object to enter our solar system. Initially, it behaved as expected, emitting a faint greenish glow and tracing a smooth path through the outer planets, traveling faster than any comet we have observed. But then, during one of NASA's precise measurements, something occurred that took scientists' breath away. For an instant, a split second, 3I Atlas seemed to decelerate, not due to any resistance from dust or the gravitational forces of nearby planets, but against empty space. The equations simply did not align. Following that, almost instantaneously, the surrounding space rippled as though the fabric of the cosmos had been momentarily stretched and then released, akin to a taut sheet snapping back into place. Telescopes around the world captured this moment. The Gaia Observatory of the European Space Agency confirmed the phenomenon known as gravitational lensing, a bending of light around an object far too diminutive to cause such an effect. The James Webb Space Telescope, observing nearby, detected micro-distortions in the background starlight, subtle, yet indisputable. This marked the beginning of speculation. Could 3I Atlas be generating its own gravitational field? Is there a possibility that an artificial technology, beyond our current human understanding, is manipulating space-time itself for propulsion? Now, let's take a moment to consider this. To many, the phrase bending space-time may evoke thoughts of science fiction. Yet in Einstein's universe, it is a tangible reality. Every mass-bearing object bends the space surrounding it. The greater the mass, the more pronounced the curvature. This curvature is what we identify as gravity. The sun warps space, while the Earth moves within this curve, like a marble rolling in a bowl. However, for an object the size of a small comet to distort light, momentarily, it would necessitate an energy source far beyond our comprehension. NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory issued a statement asserting that this event does not align with conventional gravitational models that researchers adhere to. We have no understanding of what just occurred. Some theorize that it might have crossed paths with a gravitational wave, a ripple in space resulting from a cosmic clash occurring somewhere distant. Others propose it could consist of exotic matter, substance so dense and unfamiliar that it naturally warps the space surrounding it. But a select few, including theorists from the Harvard Center for Astrophysics, are contemplating an even bolder idea: that 3I Atlas could be employing gravitational manipulation for propulsion. If this holds true, everything we know about interstellar travel would change. Envision a spacecraft that doesn't push through space with rockets or solar sails, but rather rides the very folds of space. Instead of traversing the universe, it moves the universe around itself, bending the cosmic fabric to reduce distances. For decades, this concept has been the holy grail of theoretical physics, the warp drive. Are we possibly witnessing 3I Atlas demonstrate this very concept? Of course, NASA doesn't officially endorse this idea. It is merely categorized as an unexplained gravitational phenomenon. However, behind the scenes, something astonishing is taking place. Communication channels for data sharing between NASA, ESA, and the Japanese Space Agency have gone quiet, restricted access only. The same pattern occurred in 2017 with Oumuamua, which briefly accelerated without any observable jetting of gas or dust. But this situation differs. We now have evidence that the space surrounding the object itself has altered. When first exposed to the gravitational data released by the University of Tokyo, I felt a thrill run through me. It was subtle, graceful, and eerily precise, as if someone had delicately disturbed the universe and left a trace. You see, 3I Atlas has demonstrated unusual behavior since its initial detection. Unlike standard comets, it emits an inner glow rather than merely reflecting sunlight. Its path wasn't erratic. It was purposeful, nearly surgical. And now, following this warping event, its glow has vanished. 3I Atlas has become dark, invisible to optical telescopes. Although it's still detectable by radar, its signature has completely transformed. Scientists now refer to it as the blackout phase, as though the object has slipped behind its own veil, a gravitational cloak that obscures it from our sight. Some researchers at the Harvard-Smithsonian Center have discerned a troubling fact. Time around 3I Atlas seems to have dilated slightly. Signals reflecting off it from radio telescopes took longer than expected to return by microseconds, enough to suggest that space around it has expanded. Consider the implications of this. If these measurements are accurate, 3I Atlas is not merely navigating through space, it is also distorting time itself. When we address time dilation, we refer to one of the most profound outcomes of Einstein's theories on relativity. Clocks tick more slowly in stronger gravitational fields. Astronauts aboard the International Space Station age just a fraction of a second more slowly than people on Earth. Yet, for measurable time dilation to occur, you require immense gravitational forces, like those exerted by planets, stars, or black holes. Achieving this with a small object is inconceivable, unless it is engaging in some action that we do not yet comprehend. And that's precisely why scientists are apprehensive about what might take place next. If 3I Atlas can manipulate space-time, whether purposefully or accidentally, what occurs when it encounters another object? What if it bends too far? Could it cause a micro-tear in space, a bubble of warped time? Might it, if only for a moment, create a connection between here and somewhere else? These aren't mere fantasies of science fiction. They are serious conversations transpiring in research laboratories tonight. One physicist from MIT expressed it plainly. If this phenomenon isn't natural, then there exists something out there that comprehends the universe better than we do. That idea is what unsettles me the most. Throughout the annals of human history, every significant discovery has originated from something that defied explanation. The anomalous orbit of Mercury led us to Einstein's theory of relativity. A small irregularity in Uranus's movement resulted in Neptune's discovery. Every cosmic mystery is an invitation, a whisper beckoning. Look closer. 3I Atlas could be one of those whispers, yet it feels distinctly different. It feels sentient. Some theorists propose that we're witnessing a form of cosmic engineering, an ancient probe still fulfilling its mission. Perhaps it was not designed for communication, but solely to observe. Maybe it has been traversing the universe for eons, moving through star systems, analyzing magnetic fields, gravitational harmonics, and the very architecture of space. And when it reached our solar system, something, perhaps the sun's gravitational effect, or Earth's gravity, activated it. The light flash we detected weeks ago may have served as a signal. The gravitational ripple could denote a means of propulsion. By going dark, it could be transitioning into a new phase, or gearing up for something entirely different. It is humbling to consider that we might be the ants watching a magnificent vessel go by, mistaking its shadow for a miracle. For those who remember the Apollo missions, you might recognize that same profound feeling, the awe of stepping upon a world that has existed for billions of years, unspoiled by life. That sense of wonder returns tonight, but amplified. We are no longer the explorers. We are the observed. NASA has now utilized the Deep Space Network to monitor 3I Atlas beyond the orbit of Mars. The object appears to be decelerating again, albeit slightly, without any apparent reason. The only feasible explanation is that it is modifying the curvature of space surrounding it, much like a surfer adjusting the form of a wave. If this hypothesis holds true, then for the first time in history, we may be observing technology that utilizes the laws of physics not as constraints, but as instruments. Consider that, for centuries, humanity has striven against nature, against gravity, friction, and distance. What if another civilization learned to move in harmony with those forces, not opposing them, but instead harnessing the flexibility of space as a symphony? I often tell my students that science is poetry crafted in the language of mathematics. However, tonight, it seems as though the universe itself is authoring a new stanza, and 3I Atlas is the quill. Perhaps it has been a misconception to believe that intelligence must mirror our own, or think as we do. Perhaps the first genuine indication of advanced life won't arrive in the guise of messages or signals. Instead, it may manifest as a disturbance in the stars, a quiet bending of the established rules, a sign that someone else is out there experimenting with the very fabric of reality. So, as 3I Atlas recedes into the outer darkness, leaving us with an abundance of unanswered questions, I urge you to contemplate this. What if we've just caught a glimpse of the future, not only of alien technology but of our own destiny? For if bending space-time is indeed possible, then one day, humans might journey across the galaxy, not over the span of millennia, but in mere moments. Perhaps 3I Atlas is not here to instill fear. Rather, it is here to illuminate what is achievable. Do you believe that 3I Atlas truly bent space-time? Or do you think the universe is merely playing tricks on our instruments? Share your thoughts below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who still gazes at the night sky in wonder. Because soon enough, when we ultimately unravel the mystery of space and time, we'll understand that the universe has never truly been quiet. It has always been speaking in light, gravity, and whispers that stretch across the very fabric of eternity. With 3I Atlas, we may have heard it speak for the very first time.